our world has been radically transformed. Within the space of a few weeks, we have witnessed the almost shutting down of the global economy, strict lockdowns being implemented, and communities adjusting to social distancing as we try to tackle the spread of the coronavirus pandemic. With these changes, never have we been so isolated and cut off from each other. And yet, at the same time, we have never been so connected. This is indeed a strange time. The world as we once knew it has now been left behind. But we have not quite arrived yet at the new world, which lies at the other side of this pandemic. For we are now in liminal space. This is the space between the old and the new. A space that can often be marked with great suffering, but is also a space for a profound interior conversion to take place. This is the time to rediscover and reconnect to those things which bring real meaning to our lives, including our family, our faith, and our friends. And by slowing down, we can reconnect to the great wonder of God's creation that surrounds us and sustains our every breath. While this global lockdown is not to be romanticised in any way, as it will have devastating impacts on many families and communities around the world, especially the poorest and vulnerable, it nonetheless offers us a teaching moment. After living so much of our lives in the fast lane, in our overstimulated and hyper-consumeristic culture, can we rediscover the joy of slowing down and learning how to be still again? Will we reawaken to the vast richness of our contemplative heritage that teaches us how to pray simply? Will we stop the chatter and listen with the heart, to discover God in both the silence as well as in nature? Because by being open to this teaching moment, we can start to transition from the old to the new. And when we transition, we know from deep within that going back to the old is no longer an option. The old where we were so caught up in satisfying our immediate needs that we forgot, ignored, or became indifferent to the needs of the poorest and most vulnerable in our world, as well as caring for God's creation. The old where we treated the natural world merely as an object or a resource there for us to exploit as we see fit. As we are now being forced to slow down and reconnect with all that is around us, we can now take the time and space to imagine a new world. A new world where we take seriously Jesus' call to live more simply, no longer obsessing over storing our treasures, but rather seeking joy and happiness in the things that are meaningful in our lives. A new world where we slow down, so that we can reawaken within ourselves our deep desire for connection with each other, with God, as well as with creation. Now that we are in liminal space, we can begin to imagine this new world. We no longer have to run back to the old, but find within ourselves the strength, courage, and faith to bring forth the new. This is our opportunity for conversion. We have the chance to begin again. So let us not run too quickly from this time of transitioning, but let us be open to the Holy Spirit working with us and through us in transforming our world. Together, we can imagine a new future, one where we work together to protect the earth, our common home.